About love. Love is the most precious thing in a world of relative measures and human ideas about the diversity of the universe. All that is endowed with the ability to love will be called upon to answer in eternity how deeply this ability has been used. Those who did not trouble the soul with that radiating skill and agonizing action will have much to answer for. They will be expelled from the world of eternity. For love is a priceless gift of God. But those who reject this gift also reject the giver, because people who are able to love but who fail to do so must be warned that they would have to pay for their indifference and hatred. How to encourage people to love? Perhaps the knowledge of the importance of this skill and the light that it promises in eternity to man will make you look for your own power to love. Love is eternal happiness when it is only directed toward heaven. The world around us is the space of love. By tilling the field with love, you will receive back the streams of love of those who are invisible, but are warmed by your love. That is why it is so important to envelop the world with love. The world is able to give love back to you. Mutually directed streams of love create some space around us that will become a protecting home for us. There should be space of love around man, because we all need it. Those who do not have faith and stubbornly deny the need for it deprive themselves of the love of those who would love them. Souls aspiring to earthly pleasures only have betrayed the bliss of heaven. They would feel love if they were open to heaven. They are not loved by their own fault, but who can stop them to repent sincerely and to aspire to the truth? It can only be their own foolishness. The Lord said to a man, "Unless you learn to love, you won't feel good." "What do I need it for?" the man wondered. "Isn't it better when you are loved? Isn't that enough to feel good?" "It is not enough," the Lord replied. "The soul must love, otherwise it will be under the power of Satan. And Satan has prepared completely different pleasures for you than those that can make you really happy." "What are the pleasures prepared by Satan?" the man asked. "They are envy, hatred, and diseases." Man thought about that and said after a while, "Lord, I think I understood the reasons for my gloom. I am wealthy, but it does not make me happy. Women are interested in my wealth, not me. I don't love any of them because I know the reason of their interest. I live in constant fear of being killed or robbed. Are these the gifts of Satan? How stupid I was! But help me to love someone or something, because I have never done it." "I can't teach you that," the Lord sighed. "Listen to your soul. Do not keep it in the prison of your petty worries, and it will love, for it is a part of me, and I know how to love." Love is a strengthening of your charged particles, due to the desire to give a part of your life energy to the loved one. The desire to give is a way to become more powerful. The desire to give directs the streams of heavenly energy to a loved person. Hence, people who truly love come to resemble the Lord. It looks as if a loving person radiates light and emits some electricity around him. Man is surrounded by an extra aura that is formed by his radiant energy of love. The more a man is able to love, the tenser and more extensive his aura is. You cannot miss it. There seems to be an aura of light around people who are in love. Let us call it a cloud of love. This aura protects them from the invasion of the lower powers of darkness, for love is the higher power. A lily said to a butterfly, "I do not know which of us is more beautiful." The butterfly said, "You are, because I am the one who fancies you, rather than you fancy me." "You are not right," the lily modestly replied. "I need you, too, to pollinate me." "Yes, that's right," the butterfly agreed. "But what happens next? You become ugly." "I don't mind these changes. I should give life to my children," said the lily. "That is what I'm saying. You are more beautiful because you sacrifice your beauty for a great purpose. Beauty that can become the basis for another beauty and die after that is real beauty. I didn't have to sacrifice anything. That's why I am not as beautiful as you are," added the butterfly. The moral of the parable is that sacrifice is the music of love. God has given it to all, but few people have taken an advantage of his gift. Meanwhile, there is no love without sacrifice. The wisdom of love is to give, not to take, which will help you to acknowledge love in yourself and in others. Life on earth is worthless without love. Man comes to earth only to love. He needs to be with the Lord for that. There is no love without God. There is nothing capable of love in man that does not stem from him. Love is man's ability to direct his radiant aura at an object. That makes man resemble God. The light coming from man makes him visible to the Lord. Does it seem absurd? When you are disappointed in love or not in love, you are amazed how such a person could be a source of love for you. Do not be surprised. The original desire to love suddenly lit up the radiant nature of the other person. You have acknowledged that nature in him, and the love has ignited. Similar souls have been united. This similarity is your original divine, radiant nature. But both of you are constantly changing. Finally, you could possibly lose the feeling of similarity and closeness to someone you love. Alas, love is gone. You cannot find happiness without keeping your eyes closed. If you were sagacious, you would not be able to experience happiness. When in love, you forgive what cannot be forgiven, but there is no happiness without it. When you forgive, you prolong the feeling of flight, because you direct man's eyes to the Lord, not to Satan. So, do not reproach yourself for realizing the fact you loved a person who was not worth the deep feeling you experienced. On the contrary, thank yourself for that illusion because you have experienced a great feeling. Here is a parable about it. One man has seen things only from the outside, and he was miserable. The Lord said to him, "If you love something, you can see the innermost core of things." "I do not believe it," said the man in disbelief. "In my opinion, when you fall in love, you lose your mind. I was a fool in love." The Lord answered the man, "No, you were living with your soul, not the mind alone. So you resembled me. If I directed my rays to man only with my mind, I would be unable to help him. Only love can help, but not the mind. There are no perfect people. That could be the best excuse for my mind not to help them. But love does not notice imperfections, and therefore it is ready to give all it has. That is life in heaven and on earth. It directs the streams of love, and it does not notice imperfections. I can see the best in man when he is in the light of love. The light directed to man radiates and makes him better. I cannot name any other way to know man but to love him. Love directs its streams to the bottom of his soul, where it finds a spark of the heavenly fire, which is similar to its light, and this similarity nourishes it most of all. How to convince people that they will survive only with love, not hatred? They may ask how to love the imperfect one, but this is the way to improve the world. Love in spite of everything else. Ask the Lord for wise advice, because you should know how to love. Love, and you will realize how the familiar world of evil is being transformed. The gift of unfading love doesn't seem to be given to everyone, but every living thing should have a protecting shelter for the soul.